The Prophet ﷺ said, 3 types of people on the Day of Judgment, I will be their opponent. Hadith is in Bukhari. I will be an opponent, Rasulullah ﷺ said, to 3 types of people, and if I am their opponent, I will beat them in the argument. I will be right, they'll be wrong surely, if I am their opponent. Rasulullah ﷺ does not want to be the opponent of anybody. But these 3, he says, I will be their opponent on the Day of Judgment. Number 1, a person who swears an oath by Allah, swears an oath by Allah on a lie in order to deceive the people. For example, they swear an oath on a product to sell them. They swear an oath on a lie about the car that they sold. They swear an oath on a dress that they sold. They swear an oath about even a cup that they sold. Wallahi, a pen that they sold. If they lie and they swear by Allah's name, while they know they're lying just to sell it or to take advantage or to leverage or to take advantage of people, their time, their efforts, their money, their whatever, and uses Allah's name as well, you are an opponent of the Prophet ﷺ on Judgment, an opponent of Allah. Even lying without swearing an oath is a major sin. The second person doesn't really apply to us. It happened in the past when they used to have slaves. And Rasulullah ﷺ said, and a person who grabs a free person and acts like they're their slaves, so they're prisoners, and then sells them in the market, that's similar to stealing something that doesn't belong to you and then you sell it. That is, you'll be the opponent of Allah and the Messenger. And lastly, and a person who hires someone to do a job, and that person finishes the job but does not give them what they promised, doesn't pay them. Rasulullah ﷺ will be their opponent. And how many people do that these days? My brothers and sisters, Rasulullah ﷺ praises a businessman, for example, or a tradesperson, or anybody who does honest business with people. He says, التاجر الصدوق الأمين مع النبيين والصديقين والشهداء. The honest, trustworthy merchant will be on the Day of Judgment in the ranks, standing with the ranks of the prophets, the Siddiqeen, the most honest of all, والشهداء, and the martyrs. Narrated by Tirmidhi. He also said, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the martyrs, all their sins are forgiven, the martyrs, except for the trusts which they betrayed. People's rights. They stole something, they betrayed, they owe someone something, they didn't give it back, they borrowed money. It's, say someone lent you money to return it after, 1 year. 1 year arrives and you've got the money, but then you think, there's an opportunity to buy that house over there. But that money I owe, if I give it back, I won't catch this investment. So then I tell you, brother, give me some time, I haven't got the money, I'm not able. I'm lying to you. And then you give me time. I've betrayed the trust. Or I'll just ignore you. And then my child will come up, for example, and say, Dad, it's brother Muhammad, he's on the phone. And I say, tell them I'm not here. Remember Baba Telephone? That nasheed? Baba Telephone, Dad, someone's on the phone. Tell him I'm not here. Dad says he's not here. Or I see him in the market, I avoid him. He goes to that mosque, I'll go to another mosque. Why? Because I owe him money. That's betrayal of the trust. For Rasulullah ﷺ, he said, the martyrs, everything is forgiven for them except for the owing of the rights of people on the Day of Judgment. And then he said, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that on the Day of Judgment it will be told to that person who owed a trust, give back the trust. And the person will say, my Lord, how can I give back the trust when the world is over and everything's destroyed and I don't have anything today? It's the Day of Judgment. And it will be said to him or her, oh yes, your trust has been recreated. He goes, where is it? I'll give it back right now. And it will be said to him or her, it's at the bottom of the fire. Go down and get it. and return it to its rightful owner. The person will go down to the bottom of the fire, carry it on their back. As they're rising, it falls back and they have to go back down and get it up and down until their punishment is over. May Allah save us from that. Depending on how big this trust is. Rasul ﷺ told us that, I forgot the meaning, but something even so small and insignificant to us, I can tell you, even if it was a pen, unless you seek forgiveness from that person,